So let me sell you a guitar here. This is a Mario Proulx slope-shouldered dreadnought, big deep body. And I'm going to tell you about what it has to offer here. And then afterwards I'll tell you a little story about how we got to where we are now. I own three other guitars of Mario's, and they are among my favorite instruments, and usually the favorites of anybody who hears me play. So let me just tell you about this the way anybody would try to explain a guitar to you. It's got old growth East Indian Rosewood back and sides. It has the kind of classic. You can see a lot of reflection there, but you should be able to see the grain of the wood as well. It's got the classic Mario Proulx vanishing parabolic center strip, which is one of the many cool things that he puts on a guitar. It's got flamed maple bindings. It has a timbre door Soundport which can open or close, which is very cool. The top is Sunburst, as you can see, and it is this is old growth East Indian Rosewood on the back and sides, and it's master grade Adirondack Spruce on the front. Rosewood bridge, Amazonian rosewood fingerboard. Some kind of rosewood, maybe the East Indian that matches this, I'm not sure up here. It's got Waverly tuners, the kind of classic butterbean sort of ones. And you can see there's a volute on the back of the neck. It's mahogany neck, I do believe. And those are the basics of what it has. It's for sale for $5,000, which, if you compare it to a lot of what's available these days, is not all that high. And let me play it for you a little and then tell you a little bit about the sound of it. So you never know what'll happen when the sound goes into the internet, but basically live and in person, this is one of the loudest, fullest sounding guitars I've ever heard in my life. Big old G chord, this is really a great bluegrass guitar. I'll play you some single note stuff. It also has a nice sound finger picking, even though it's a big old guitar. So that's the sound, and let me tell you a little bit about how we came to where we are now with this guitar, because it's an interesting tale. So this is essentially a new instrument, even though I've had it for about a year and a half. It has mainly been in storage here. I don't play dreadnought guitars anymore, and I have three other Mario Proulx guitars to play, along with old Gibsons and Martins and stuff. So it's not really, I did not acquire this guitar for my own playing, even though I love it. Mario built this guitar to order for a customer who lived fairly close to me. When the guitar was delivered, the customer was not satisfied with it, Some of the reasons I think were valid, maybe others not so much. Anyhow, Mario and I talked it over because he knew I was nearby, and we decided that he would return the guy's money and get the guitar back, and we would go from there. So I took charge of the guitar and essentially ended up covering the cost of it. And when I played it and checked it out, I felt that there was some work that needed to be done on the neck, and that also it was just so big and loud that it was almost too brash sounding, and I was kind of concerned. I wanted to figure out a way to get it to bring out all of that good stuff in its sound without muting it in any way. So first thing we did was I took it out to Winfield, and from there it went over to Brian Kimsey in New Mexico, and Brian reworked the setup on the neck and did a beautiful setup job on it, and it's now plays like a dream. And then he got it back to me, and he shipped it back up here, and I had it for a while, and I kind of let it sit because my life gets busy, and then I started experimenting with different strings. So originally it had mediums on it, and it was very brash sounding with phosphor bronze. And so Mario suggested, why don't you try lights on it? So I went to light gauge strings on it, and it sounded a little better, but it's still, there was something about it that I just didn't, I didn't feel like it was a friendly guitar, you know? So finally I decided I would try some different kinds of strings, and I ended up using the nickel bronze Diodarios on it. And that broke the code. That was what made it sound essentially like a fantastic bluegrass guitar. And so here we are today. I still have the guitar, and I think it would be good if it went to a nice home. So if you're interested, you can email me at rollybrown@verizon.net, ROLLYBROWN, and I'll include that maybe include that link in the YouTube video, which this will become. So the guitar comes with a tweed TKL case. Mario always uses cases that are arched both front and back, so it's much sturdier than a lot of the cases that TKL makes. But that's what the case looks like, and there's the lining. It's kind of dark brown, and I don't know if there's anything in here. Yeah, some extra bridge saddles for different heights, and there you have it. There's that part of the deal. And I'll just play you out here with a little bit of music.